Hey, this is Jason Mott. If you want your baseball news, listen to one Cardinal, one Cub, and one beer with JJ and Vince.
Hello and welcome again to One Cardinal, One Cub, and One Adult Beverage. I'm your effervescent host, Vincent, and next to me is the world's most handsome baseball pundit, JJ Jackson. So, how you doing, JJ?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good, Vince. It's been a great week. Hey, I don't usually see Vince. We talk on here and then we go away for a week and we come back every Tuesday and we talk baseball. But I saw him over the weekend. I want to show you guys something. I have been
These these were Christmas presents we were supposed to exchange last year. That's how often we see each other.
right, but I got look at that. Now that this AI picture did not do me the best justice, but I love it. And he's got my stats. I'm playing for the Potosi Twisters, and I'm a catcher. Look at that. All my statistics. I absolutely love it. And if you know Potosi, we have a lot of Twisters down here. So that's very cool. And
And you
I got
I gave
also,
you I gave you borderline Hall of Fame
you
statistics.
did. And actually, there was back to back years. I had 44 and 40. And Brody said, Dad, there at the end, you fell off the wagon. I said, hey, it happens to all the great ones.
Yeah.
There at the end, you go down a little bit. Willie Mays with the Mets, all those great ones. But hey, I'm
Which hitting
absolutely,
catcher?
yeah. And, oh, that's right. Very rare. Oh, we know one now, the big dumper. Well, I was the original big dumper, and I had 1,406 hits. And that's pretty darn good for a catcher. So thank you, Vince. I'm very proud. I'm going to display that in the back from now on. I just wanted to show it tonight. Also, a big Cardinal card display, which I absolutely love right there. And Vince and his lovely wife were down there at the craft fair and got to see all the stuff he made and everything. And 1995 Cardinals that went into the Cardinal Hall of Fame. And I absolutely love that. I put it in my little cabinet with all my bobbleheads and things like that. So there's Forsh and Kissel and Flood and Simmons, some of my all-time favorite Cardinals right there. So I actually absolutely love that. Thank you so much, Vincent. It was good seeing you this weekend, and that's
Nice
kind of
seeing
it.
you.
Everything's going good.
I got a Cub belt.
There you go.
Look at that.
Hey, hey, hey. That's
We've
right.
got we've got Imanaga, Mark Grace, Wilson Contreras, Chris Bryant, Addison Russell, Javi Baez, Sammy. Um, who is that? It looks like Jerome Walton, Greg Maddox, Andre Dawson, Rhino. Um, it looks like Palmero and Baez.
Yeah.
So
So the only one missing is Dave Kingman. That's the only one I would have done a little different there. But if anybody wants one of those belts, card belt, the guy was on the show. He's fantastic. He'll do any kind of sport, or if you want to just do a player, he can do the player through the years and make you a belt. And my son Brody has a Arenado, but I saw he made a Cub one. I said I gotta get that for Vince right there.
I also got the unofficial. Uh, we are going to do a one Cardinal, one Cub, and one Beer Hall of Fame starting right now.
All
And
right.
our initial player is going to be the one, the only BB Richards.
He has been mentioned on this show more than anybody. The
Yeah,
74 and 75 right there.
there we go. These are with the White Sox before he's with the Cardinals. And I mean, let me read you some of these statistics. He had 194. I mean,
Hey,
wonderful. I wish my eyes weren't so old. The next year he did pretty good. I think that's 208. Um,
Bob
he,
Euchre says anybody can hit 330 and stay in the big leagues. It takes a great player and a good teammate to hit 208 and stay in the big leagues.
that's right.
PB.
Yeah. And I also got this
Yes. From
plastic Cub hat, and I I don't know. It don't fit. I've tried everything.
Yeah, it wouldn't take a fastball, I'll tell you that.
I was just getting ready to put the staple in, and Kathy said, "Don't do that." So,
Ouch.
but
Yeah.
thank you, JJ. I appreciate everything.
Hey, no problem. There's a book too, and
Christmas.
I looked and looked, but I'm going to find that book and I'm going to send it to you.
All right, all right. And next week we will not be recording because it is Thanksgiving week, and that's the week that we always don't record
Yes.
because we're out killing turkeys. Yeah,
Put
so
up Christmas decorations.
that's right. Oh, let me implore you. Let me implore you. If you're watching this on the YouTube channel, please make sure that you subscribe to us. We need all the subscribers we can get. We need all your interaction because it helps with the algorithm. I like when I learn a new word
Yeah.
because then I
Ooh.
just use it all the time. Yeah, algorithm. Those of you who are on Facebook, make sure that you like us on Facebook. And if you would like to get a hold of us, please get a hold of us on one of our platforms. Or you can do the old fashioned email, one card, one cup, one beer at gmail.com. Oh, JJ, it's that time of the year where you just kind of you're waiting for free agents to happen. You're waiting for some trades to happen. You're waiting for, and not a whole lot just happens, but there were a few transactions. Uh, the Padres re-signed Kyle Hart to their bullpen. Very good. The Mariners did sign Josh Naylor, 5 years, $92.5 million. Uh, I didn't realize that. I knew his power numbers were down, and they're going to go down in Seattle, but he hit 295,
Yeah.
20 home runs, 92 RBIs. I'd take that. So good job, Josh Naylor. He's going to stick around in Seattle. The Mets have DFA'd Frankie Montas after signing him for 2 years and $34 million last year. Um, Boston has DFA'd Nathaniel Lowe. So there's a couple of name guys that have been DFA'd, and we did have one trade of a little bit of significance. The Rays traded their third baseman Tristan Gray to Boston for a right-handed pitcher Luis Guerrero. So that's really the only uh, transactions that have. And I mean, there's a lot of minor league free agents being signed and stuff like that. Guys you've never heard of, like Vincent Opper. I've been signed uh, to the
Independent
Boston.
League.
Yeah, the Kalamazoo inner tubes or something. I don't know, but
Uh,
but
one of the things that caught my eye, well, first of all, you mentioned Josh Naylor with a 5 year deal. There's reports. Now, that's the thing. At this time of year, you get a lot of rumors and stuff, but the Pirates were very interested in Naylor, and there were talks of $80 million. Now, that's the reports that I heard on MLB channel, but that's something the Pirates, because, Skeen's paycheck now is going to go up. Now, he won the Cy Young. He's moving up. So they're going to have to do something because he may be out of their price range here real soon in a couple of years. And now they're linked to Kyle Schwarber. But I hate talking about the rumors, but I do like the Pirates are trying to put something together and make their team better. I'm happy for the Pirate fans and for baseball because that's a great organization. And they've sort of just built players up and kept two or three, and then they just get young players. They trade them off for prospects. So I'd like to see Pittsburgh, even though they're in our division, and that's probably the only team the Cardinals can beat right now regularly. So, but it'd be good for baseball to have the Pirates doing that. But the qualifying offers have been sent out, and there's been 9 players of note that rejected the qualifying offer. And a lot of them we knew. Cal Tucker, we knew that he probably wasn't going to take the qualifying offer. He's expecting the big bucks out there. Schwarber, Bo Bichette, which I hear a lot of teams are interested in. Steve Valdez, Ranger Torres, King, the relief pitcher, Zach Gallen, and Edwin Diaz. So there's some players out there. Now, they could end up back with the teams, but they're just not taking that qualifying offer, and they're looking for more money or a longer deal or something like that. So that'll be interesting to see that. And plus the international players. There's several players from overseas that are going to come in here, and they got 45 days, and all the teams can talk with them and offer them deals and see what happens and see if they do indeed sign with an MLB team over here. So it's exciting times, but really it's just a lot of rumors right now. But I think each week that passes, we're going to have a lot more action on the trading and free agent signings, and it's going to be fun, Vince.
Well, let me play the devil's advocate concerning the Pirates. Is Schwarber going to go to the Pirates? No. Was Josh Taylor going to go? No. Is anybody going to go to the Pirates that can have a job anywhere else? No.
You're right.
I think the Pirates are floating this stuff out just to appease the fan base. And I think the owner's cheap. I think he doesn't care about winning. And yeah, you float things out there, but he knows they're not going to go there. Josh Naylor was going to go there for 80 million. I mean, he stays in Seattle for more money and a team that's already built to win. Kyle Schwarber is going to go to a contender. You know,
you're right.
The only way Pittsburgh is going to ever land a big time free agent is if they develop enough young talent that, hey, it's worth going there.
Yeah.
And boy, they hit on a few, but they miss on so many.
It kills them.
Since that span in the 2000 teens where it was Marte and McCutcheon and yeah, they had Glass now, and they had
Cole was their pitcher.
Yeah. Eric Cole. Yeah, they had such a good team that they developed, but they didn't keep any of them around. I mean, McCutcheon left, but he's back now. Well, he's a free agent now, but that would have been the time when you have attendance up and you have a really good team. That would have been the time to spend money and get someone. And the Pittsburgh fans are great baseball fans. They don't deserve what they have.
You know, usually you don't hear anything about the Pirates at all. So if it is a tactic, which I'm agreeing with you, this is the first time they've used that tactic where like, hey, we were third for this guy as far as money goes. But you're right. If you're played and you're over 30 years old and you've played and you've worked your way up, you're going to take a team that gives you the best chance to be successful. So you're right, Vince. I don't know what they're going to do. But yeah, it's kind of sad. I don't know who they've got a lot of top prospects coming up though. So, you know, lightning may strike. That Bubba Chandler guy, as far as just the eye test, he looks like a top-notch pitcher. Mitch Keller, they got the pitching staff and they got a few good players. So I hated they got rid of Hayes, but we'll see what happens, you know.
Yeah, their problem is offense. Offense in the bullpen. They've, you know, O'Neal Cruz is a talent in the making, but he's not quite there yet. Too many holes in his game. You know, Brian Hayes' bat just didn't develop, and they had extended him for all that money, and then they thought, well, might as well trade him because we're not going to wait around for his bat to develop.
Yeah.
And that catcher Henry, they thought so much of, he's done nothing. It's just a very, you know, sad situation. But what are you going to do? That wasn't rhetorical. I'm asking you, JJ, what are you going to do about this?
I don't know. I don't know what their budgets are or anything. And that's another thing. Like if the Pirates go all in on a player and it fails, it's crushing. But like with the Mets, when they go out and spend 2 years, 32 million, all right, we'll just chalk it off and go get another one. You know, a team like the Pirates, it just, and I feel that with the Cardinals too. It just seems like, man, when we make a real bad trade, which we've made a lot more here lately, it really hurts the team and puts us far back. We're just not one of those teams. There's about a third of the teams that just can't go out and just, you know, all right, we'll just chalk it up we learned a lesson there and we're going to move on. you have to sit there and eat that contract or part of it anyway, and it takes a while to get over that. So the Pirates are one of those teams. They just, man, they got to be right. If they're going to go in, they got to be right on the player.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we do have an obituary I'd like to mention.
Oh,
Tom Timmerman passed away at the age of 85. And Timmerman spent a decade in the Tiger organization, a decade in the Tiger, a decade in the minor leagues. Before he made his major league debut at the age of 29, and he played from 1969 to 1974. He also played with Cleveland. His career record was 35 and 35, and he had a 3.78 ERA. His best season easily was 1970 with the Tigers when he saved 27 games. And the uh, cool thing is, you and I have a couple of friends who have connections to Breeze, Illinois. Jerry Wall lives in Breeze, and Gary Reinhardt, who has been on our show, he went to high school at Breeze Mater Dei. Tom Timmerman was born in Breeze. He grew up in Breeze, went to Aviston High School, um, and he lived a full life. Passed away in Florida at the age of 85. So kind of a local guy. I mean, grew up in the Metro East area, so that's kind of cool. But to go to the minor leagues out of high school and just to not make your major league debut till 29, man, that's
love of the game.
yes, he just loved the game. So rest in peace, Tom Timmerman.
Today, I hope I'm not giving anything away, but we tape on Tuesdays, and then Vince works diligently editing and making us look the best we possibly can and puts it out on Wednesday, generally speaking. And today, November 18th, we have some birthdays, and I always try to connect it to the Cardinals and the Cubs. So I have one Cardinal, one Cub, not one beer, and a player that played for both teams. So the Cub, whose birthday is today, is Jameson Talon.
Ione.
Tyone. See, that's tough for me to say from Arkansas, but it's his birthday. So happy birthday, Jameson. The Cardinals' birthday, and Vincent is a name from the past. He had a lot of potential, and he was nice for a couple of years, but he had a short career. Alan Watson. B.B. Richards. B.B. Richards. Alan Watson in the 90s. I remember he had a lot of potential, but just only played.
Wasn't he?
Yeah.
And then he went to the Giants.
I don't know where he went from us, but he didn't play a long time.
I think he went to the Giants.
Went to the Giants, but
he had his moments as a Cardinal.
Do what now?
He had his moments as a Cardinal.
He did. I thought, and they used to have a Tuesday night every month where they had about 4 of the young players, and they'd be up there signing, and I'd take cards, each of them. They'd sign. I met Alan Watson, and he signed some cards for me. Nice enough guy. So that's the Cardinal and the Cub, but the Cardinal Cub, whose birthday is today, is Jamie Moyer. Yeah. Old man Moyer played for 25 years in the big leagues. Was it something like that?
Something like that.
Ever. And he played for a lot of teams, but in that 25 years, he played a few years with the Cubs, and I know 1 year with the Cardinals. So
yeah, he started with the Cubs. And then he played for every other major league team.
He played forever. And that just shows you if you can throw strikes, fool the batters, there's going to be a job for you out there. And being a veteran, and you always hear it and I tell you what, as a man of his age, he looked great. He was always in shape, like Jim Cott, always in shape and just gave you his all. And I love players like Jamie Moyer. Not a Hall of Famer, probably not in the Cubs or Cardinals Hall of Fame, but man, what a career. 25 years in the big leagues. That very few players make it that long.
I think his best years were with Seattle. He won 20 once or twice with Seattle. But just pitch forever.
Pitch forever. Used his fielders and was smart, You try to bunt on him and throw it inside, make you pop it up. I just love that guy. And Vince, I know it's a ways away yet, but they're talking at the World Baseball Classic. And every couple of days, I hear a new player. I hear rumors. But I tell you what, if you didn't love PCA enough, I'm a Cardinal fan and I love baseball. And I tell you what, I just love watching PCA play. I don't care if he ain't on my team. But he is going to be, it looks like the center fielder for the World Baseball Classic. And I'm going to be pulling for him. And this team they're putting together, Vince, check this out. They got the big dumper catching. Now, who else would you want catching? That guy's phenomenal. You got Bobby Witt Jr., who we both love, at shortstop. Now, that's if that ain't enough, your outfield right now, Corbin Carroll, PCA, Aaron Judge. What an outfield. You got everything there. You got speed, you got power, you got it all. And then pitching, they got one pitcher so far, Paul Skeens. Now, that is something else. And the World Baseball Classic is very competitive. All these teams have phenomenal teams, and I even think the Netherlands have a team going to play in this thing. So it's going to be fun, and I'm going to watch this thing just because PCA and Skeens and Witt Jr. are on that team. I'm excited to see this team play.
Yeah, I am too, and I love the World Baseball Classic, and it has caught on, and I think that's one of the reasons why baseball is having a resurgence because it's at a time of the year in March, football's over. Um, Other countries, I think it's kind of like not the big time soccer season. I'm not a big soccer fan, so but I think there's kind of a lull in sports at that time, and you've got all the eyes of all these countries on these games. And I think initially the United States was like, yeah, this is kind of like a exhibition, but now it's competitive. They've made it into something that there's a lot of national pride on the line, and they want to win this thing. So I love it. And one of the main reasons I love it is because we get to watch competitive baseball a full month, well, 3 weeks before the season
It
starts.
starts up.
It starts like I think the 6th of March. So it's like, all right, spring training's been going on a few weeks, and then I get to watch World Baseball Classic. And the games are pretty easy to find, and they bring out their best. And I know that, there's injury risk, but you know what? There's injury risk when you're playing in spring training games too. So you
I
might
agree.
as well play the World Baseball Classic. And I've heard rumors that um, Nico Horner uh, may be kind of campaigning because he would like to play on this team. Now, in the National League, I guess Marte would be the premier second baseman, but he's different country. I don't remember which country, but you're probably going to have like maybe a Gunnar Henderson or someone who's
Oh
wants to
yeah,
play, and they're going to have to, but yeah, Nico Horner would be a great
I
addition.
agree.
Pinch run, you can bring him in for defense late in the game,
Yeah,
or if you need a guy, you got a guy on third, and you need someone just to put the bat on the ball. Nico Horner, he's your guy right there.
I'll
So
take him on our team anytime. I
yeah,
heard PCA approached DeRosa, who's going to coach the team. I remember last year, the last time they did it, King Griffey Jr. was like the hitting coach. They brought in some of the great old timers. Was working with these guys, and who doesn't like King Griffey Jr. But PCA approached DeRosa and said, "Hey, you need me. You know who to, if you need somebody, you want me to play, give me a call. I'm ready." And I was like, "Oh, you can't help but love that guy, man. He's there to play and give you his all." So, gosh, I'm a
yeah.
fan.
Last time around, Suzuki was going to be on the Japanese team, but he got injured.
Hmm.
Um, Owen Casey um, played for Canada, where he's from, and I think he actually hit a home run in the World Baseball Classic.
Oh,
Um, and for the Cardinals, Lars Nootbaar played with the Japanese team.
that's right.
Um,
Edmonds was with Korea.
yeah, so the Cardinals and Cubs have traditionally been represented pretty good. So uh, my favorite, and this a Cardinal Cup thing. My favorite play ever in the World Baseball Classic was when Puerto Rico's playing, and Yachty's behind the plate, and he throws out the runner stealing second, and Baez catches the ball and uh, blindly tags the guy. It was the most beautiful play I've seen of throwing out a runner at second base in my life, and just the exuberance that both of them had. Here they are, stern rivals, and they were both so overjoyed at this beautiful play that they did together. Hey, I think it's really cool. I
I
love baseball classic.
I do too. I absolutely do too. And you see odd pairings like Baez and Molina, or you see Skeens throwing to a catcher who might be a rival or somebody, somebody who might be taking this information for the regular season, like, oh, he likes to throw this here or something like that. So it's just good fun. This has been one of the best innovations to the game they've had in a long, long time. I really enjoy it.
And I remember when it was first announced, what, 20 years ago, it was kind of maligned, made fun of. Like, who's going to watch that? Well, shoot, everybody's going to watch it. It's, the criticism was, oh, yeah, you got a team from Italy and you're just going to throw a few major leaguers that from an Italian background. Well, you got to put some competitive players on the teams, but it is a good showcase. And like I said last week or 2 weeks ago, I think it's cool because you can watch a team like Great Britain, you can watch a team like Italy that just has someone on there that, is an ordinary Joe, but in their country, they're one of the best baseball players. So put them on the team. It's just kind of cool to watch how this has evolved.
It's really, and the sport is growing. I mean, I think baseball's always been healthy in the United States. It's not like it was in the 50s, but it still has a healthy following in the United States. I mean, the attendance and the money they generate. But overseas, I've never seen in my lifetime anything like this with the Orient, the Caribbean, even like you said, Britain. I mean, they go over there and play and have a full house. It might be an oddity. It's only 2 games usually, but they are playing in other countries and they usually have a packed house for these MLB games. And they usually take players, of course, who have these huge name recognition and everything. But the sport is growing, and I think we're all better for it, getting these players from faraway lands we've never heard of, and they come over here and become stars. And it's just helping the sport. So I'm happy about it.
And before we go on with uh,
General news,
opening chat, I guess that's
opening chat. Yes.
I can't remember what we call this stuff on here. I do want to say congratulations, friend of the show, Scott Throneberry, his son Caden goes to Marquette High School, quarterback the team this year, MVP of their baseball team. He has accepted a baseball scholarship to the University of Missouri. So congratulations.
That's top-notch organization too in the college game. That's very good.
And his other son, oh gosh, can't remember his other sons now. What's the older kid's name? Anyway, the older kid, he finished out his 4 years at Penn State, pitched for them, and now he's playing a fifth year because you can do this now at one of the schools in New York, and I can't remember which one it is. Maybe NYU. I don't know, but he's still playing college baseball for another season. So
outstanding.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Man, very good.
JJ, did you hear who won the MVP?
Yeah, I kind of heard something around the water cooler. What'd you think?
Well, it's very rare that there's back-to-back MVPs. It's very, very rare that it happens with both guys in the different leagues.
Yeah.
But we have that. We also have back-to-back Cy Youngs in Paul Skeens and Tarek Skubal. We also had back-to-back managers of the year. So it seems like there's a little bit of consistency there. I don't think we had back-to-back rookie of the years, did we?
No, you can't get that. We might have if they let us, but no, we can't have that.
Judge and Otani won the MVPs again, and Skeens and Skubal won the Cy Young Awards. any of these surprise you or?
No, well, Otani I thought was a slam dunk, but and Judge had an incredible year. Um, but you got Kyle Riley up in Seattle being a catcher and doing what he did. I was kind of pulled there, but if you didn't have a name up and you just look at the stats, I would have given it. If I had a vote, I would have given it to Aaron Judge too. Riley had a great year, and he's on a every year 4 years in the big leagues, incredible. But Aaron Judge with his I believe third MVP, 22, 24, 25, and then Otani with his fourth MVP, and uh only two players have four or more, and that's Bonds and Otani. So how about that? I mean, he's up there with the big dogs. So congratulations to both of them. Um, but no, was not a surprise. Incredible talent. And, we get used to seeing these guys be so good. But if you get a chance, watch them because these guys are, I believe they're they're in that legend class with your Williams and your Mantles and your Aarons and your Mazes and Musial and Ernie Banks, those type of guys. They're that level of talent. So we're just fortunate enough. This is a great time for baseball and a lot of superstars in the game, but those two are kind of head and shoulders ahead of the crowd, I think, at the current moment.
Yeah, I think so too. And I thought Judge was going to win it. Um, you pull for Raleigh, but
Yeah.
Judge just had a better year. Um, and both teams made the playoffs, so it's not like, the Andre Dawson last place Cubs gets the MVP. That didn't happen. They were both deserving, but someone's going to win and someone's going to lose, and uh, it just sucks sometimes when you play the same season that someone who's just a little bit better than you is playing.
Ted Williams hit 40, whatever, 403, 401, 4, and he didn't win it because DiMaggio had a 56 game hit streak in 1941. I mean, Williams would have won it probably any other year, pretty much, except he went up against Joe D, who just had that once in a lifetime 56 game hitting streak. So, yeah, you got to catch it at the right time.
The top relievers, I I still call this the Fireman Award. They don't
I'm
call it
with
that
you.
anymore.
Rolaids Fireman of the Year kind of thing.
It's Fireman
Yeah.
Really. Uh, Aroldis Chapman, they dug him up from the grave. They put the bolts, the lightning thing, and
Give him some shocks.
uh, came back to life and top
Golly.
reliever in the American League. And Edwin Diaz was named the top reliever of the National League. So can't argue with either of those.
Chapman blows me away. That guy, what a career. Started with the Reds. And I remember it was just a big event when he even came to the game. He was hitting like 102, 103. And when you hit 100, they put a little fire over the numbers and everything. And he was constantly, every year, he would hit more 100-mile-an-hour pitches than anybody in the short amount of time he pitched. What a joy to watch this guy. And you would think, maybe a couple of years ago, you thought, well, maybe his best years are behind him. And here he comes back with an incredible year. And it seems like he bounces around with a bunch of different teams now. But the guy's a boxer, too, outside of baseball. Keeps himself in great shape. And his arm is still alive. And it's still electric. So we may, 5 years from now, Vince, if we keep doing this, we may be still talking about him pitching in the big leagues. He's phenomenal.
Yeah, he's got that Randy Johnson quality. Not as tall as Johnson, but he comes from the same angle. He's got that fastball that is better than anyone else's. Not anymore because he's lost a few miles an hour, but he's also got that devastating slider. And if you're a left-hander trying to hit him, good luck. I mean, that is a tough assignment.
There's an intimidation factor with him too. There's certain pitchers that's just like Skeens will carve you up. Greg Maddux, he carves you up. But people like Gibson and Drysdale and Koufax and Ryan, you're scared. You can't dig in. You're part of you. There's a fear factor standing in their face in that kind of pitch. So,
Yeah.
my gosh, I would. That's why I made it as far as high school ball. That was about it right there.
Comeback players of the year, Jacob deGrom and Ronald Acuna Jr. So
Yeah.
um, if you would have told me at the beginning of last year that Jacob deGrom was going to be the comeback player, no, he's finished. Guy can't stay healthy. And and
I love the Texas Rangers. I actually picked them to win the American League. Shows you what I know. But I looked at that roster, and I thought DeGrom was going to have a good year. And me and Brody went out to Pittsburgh to see Skeens pitch. We missed him by a day, but we got to see Jacob DeGrom pitch, and it was great watching him in action. And I didn't want to rub it in the Pirates' faces, like, hey, all right. But it was so much fun just watching him. He's a technician and he can still throw it by people. And you're right, Vince. Health has always been the thing that's held him back from being maybe a Hall of Fame type player. But my gosh, I think he was still like 11-7 this year, and 12-8. 12-8 with a 2.97 ERA and 30 starts and 172 innings. And if you had looked at his health and durability over the last few years, you would have never thought that. So good for him, and he deserved that award this year.
I remember about 5, 6 years ago, opening day, I was so excited because I was going to watch the Mets play the Nationals. It was Scherzer and DeGrom pitching. That was the opening day thing. I was so excited. It's like, yes, I got to see this. And they didn't disappoint. One of the things that I think is weird, I still, in my mind, when I think of DeGrom, I still think of the long hair.
Yeah.
And then he cut that off like 5 years ago. Stop thinking he's going to have long hair when he goes out to the mounds.
Well, Harrison Bader, too. I see him now, and he's clean cut and everything. I always see the locks flying around in the outfield. But, yeah, things change. Hairstyles come and go. If I had hair, I'd have an afro, probably.
There was a short period of time whenever I was in grade school that two of my friends got afros. It was like,
Really?
yeah, they got pics and everything. They just got a perm, got an afro, and
I never had that kind of hair. When I was in school, I'm a little older, but in the 80s, almost one summer, all 80% of the guys in my school got permanents. They all looked like they were like the roadies for Def Leppard or something like that. They all came to school with permanents. And I was like, what? I always wore a ball cap and I had like the skullet, like Ron Finger calls it, the skullet, with the Dwight Yoakam hair in the back, but nothing up top, just a ball cap.
when I was in college, we had a guy who was a student who was actually a barber. He is more like a stylist, I guess. And so I went to him, and I've always had, I had a cowlick for I couldn't control it. And so I said, can you do something to give me some kind of wave in my hair, body in my hair, something? So I said, oh, yeah, I did not know I was asking for a perm. So he sits me down and he's, washes my hair, and all of a sudden he's putting rollers in. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to trust you. So he got done, dried my hair and everything. I look so goofy. I look so terrible. The next day I showed up at class and my friends were calling me Hansel.
So incredible.
And when I looked I looked like a little European guy. Oh my gosh. I could not wait for that to fall out of my hair. And the next time I went to get a haircut, this is when the Iran-Contra thing was going on. He said, what do you want? I said, I want an Ollie North.
Yes.
I said, I want an Ollie North. I don't want to mess with my hair. This was about 1986, 87, somewhere around there. And no one was buzzing their hair, no young guys. And here I am in my about 20, 21 years old, and he gave me an Ollie North. Thank you.
Maybe the Clash, the guys in the Clash. Maybe that was it. You see, you're a rebel. You're ahead of the trends.
Remember when Eddie Van Halen shaved his head when they put out the album Balance? And this is when all the
Yes.
alternative guys were shaving their heads, like Billy Corgan and Ed Kowalczyk of Live. Um, it was kind of the thing to start shaving your head, and Eddie Van Halen did it. It just looked goofy. So
He had such great hair too, man.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
why would you? I mean, they started doing it because they were losing their hair. Billy Corgan started going bald in his 20s, so he just cut it all off, and then all these other alternative 90s guys just started shaving their head.
Shaving their heads, yeah. Doing something different. Oh, Sinead, yes, that's right.
Or as on Saturday Night Live, when Phil Hartman was playing Frank Sinatra, he called her Sinbad O'Connor.
On the duets album. Yeah. Hey. All right. One, two,
Oh,
three. Let's go.
uh,
Yeah.
JJ, we have the Hall of Fame ballot out. I'm going to just go over the newbies that are on there.
All right.
Ryan Braun, uh, Shin So Chu, Edwin Encarnacion, Gio Gonzalez, Alex Gordon, Cole Hamels, Matt Kemp, Howie Kendrick, Nick Markakis, Daniel Murphy, Hunter Pence, and Nick Porcello. Do you think any of them have a shot at getting in the Hall of Fame
No, some
at
are
all?
very good players, but no, not at all. I don't think any of them do. No disrespect, but of course, I'm a small Hall of Fame kind of guy and very good. I have a lot of memories on a lot of those guys, but no, I don't believe any of those are going to have a shot at making the Hall of Fame.
No. So this is going to be a good year. If you've been on the ballot for a while and you've been getting closer, you're not going to get votes taken from you from this weak class. No disrespect to these players, but there's just nobody on here that I look at as, hey, that's a Hall of Famer. Um, so with that in mind, give me three that you think are going to make it this year.
I think at the top there. I think because he kind of he got pulled into that Astro trash can, the sign stealing thing. But if you look at his stats, he's a switch hitter, great player. I think Carlos Beltran, and he's getting closer every year. I think this might be his eighth or ninth time on the ballot. I think Carlos Beltran, Andrew Jones, for that first 12 years he played and defensively, and he was on a great team. A lot of attention was on him, and he was on a very good team, and he was, oh, shoot, I'm going to say in my lifetime, maybe top five defensive center fielder I've ever seen. And I'm telling you what, I'm not going to put PCA at the top of that, but he's coming fast. All right, so I'm going to put Jones ahead of PCA at the moment, but PCA may pass him up when it's all said and done. But I just think Andrew Jones, just his the years he played and the defensive excellence for I believe it was like 12 years. He was by far I think the best fielding in the National League center fielder. And you said name three. I'm having trouble remembering who else is on the ballot. I think from the old committee, the veteran committee, we talked about this, but I believe Jeff Kent deserves to get in. So I would have Kent and Beltran and Andrew Jones, and I think that'd be a very good class right there.
I not counting the whatever they call it now, the old
Yeah.
people committee. Um, I've got Beltran and Andrew Jones as going in. And I think this guy has an outside shot of going in this year. When you look at his statistics, he wasn't flashy, but his statistics stack up really well with Hall of Famers. Bobby Abreu, I think, may get in this year.
I have to look at his stats, Vince. He's a name I never connected to like Fred McGriff, but I bet if we put their stats together, they may be pretty close, you know?
His he yeah, he did it so quietly. He was on some great Phillies teams, but for the most part, he was like under the radar his entire career.
You're right.
But when you look at it, one of the things that is he didn't have like those years where
Gaudy.
he hit 52 home runs or drove in 140 RBIs. Just the consistency of being really good stacks up with a lot of people who are in the Hall of Fame. defensively he was great, but he was a five-tool player. He had speed. He could hit. He could hit with power. He can throw, and he can catch the ball. I think he's got an outside shot at making it based upon this class being weak. So
You
we
know,
shall.
when you say his name, I just think of longevity, and I think the highlight for me, and again, I'm in St. Louis. He's predominantly in Philadelphia, but he won. He was the home run. He won the home run derby one time at the All Star game.
Did, yes.
And I remember that. I remember being. It was like there for a while. He was consistently on the All Star team, and I think that stuff matters. All that stuff matters. So I tell you what, Vince, I'm going to just take the time while we're off, and I'm going to look at his stats and kind of compare him to some of the other Hall of Famers that are in, and see how he matches up. Because I really, like you said, he's under the radar. I hadn't really thought about him at all, to be honest with you.
Well, I do I hope Beltran gets in, and I know there was the Houston thing. Um,
Yeah. He lost a job. He actually was going to be hired as a manager. He lost that job. I think he's paid his penance, although it was shaky, and and he had a great career. And from all accounts, he was a great guy. And it did change the game now, where they have like a 5 second delay, and you can't have any kind of apparatuses where you can tape the game or get signals or anything like that. So it changed the game, and yeah, I think he's got Hall of Fame numbers. I really do.
yeah, and I think Andre Jones also is
Yeah,
overdue. So it'll be interesting. And we talked about Jeff Kent. We both like him getting in, and I
I do.
also like Carlos Delgado getting in. So for that,
Yeah,
so
he had a good career. Yeah, think about that team in the '90s, the Atlanta Braves team. Look at all those Hall of Famers they've had. If Jones gets in, you got Smoltz, Glavine, Maddox, Bobby Cox, Sherholtz, who most general managers don't get in. You got Chipper Jones, McGriff, and now you would have Andrew Jones if he gets in. What a representation of that time period where they won 14. Now, all those guys weren't part of the 14 division uh, titles, but man, that's a great representation. The Cardinals don't have, I don't think we have anything like that. Maybe the 40s Cardinals, maybe, but I don't know. That's great. That's pretty cool.
I have one more thing. The Women's Professional Baseball League will start in 2026, and there are four teams: New York, Boston, LA, and San Francisco. They're going to play all their games at Robin Roberts Stadium in Springfield, Illinois. The thinking is that it's a central location.
Oh,
I think that's a terrible idea.
yeah.
I
Uh,
mean,
that's a long way for some of those fans to travel.
yeah, well, what you're going to do is you're going to have four teams that are going to be playing each other in one location. So the teams are going to be based in Springfield, Illinois, whether you want to, why not? I don't know. Why don't you just create like a Midwest, Chicago, St. Louis,
Yeah.
yeah, I just let's get four cities on the both coasts, two cities on each coast, and then we're going to play everything in Springfield, Illinois. Besides the city on the jersey, it doesn't matter
Right.
this way. I don't know. I just thought that was goofy, and I still think it's goofy, and I hope they change it before the season starts
I say
because
though, if they do it, I say road trip. We got to take a road trip up there and go at
oh
least
yeah,
watch
yeah,
it. I
I
would
would
love
love
that.
to go to a game
Yeah, I would.
for selfish reasons, but I'm saying for the health of the this fledgling league, I think this is a misstep. But oh yeah, I'll run to
What about
Springfield.
this, Vince? Since it's starting and there's so much travel with all these cities spread out, if every week maybe they play each other or something, then the next week they move to a different part of the country and people could see it. That way they
Just
don't,
barnstorm.
yeah, kind of barnstorm around and let
Kind
them
of
know the schedule. I like that. idea better than what they've got going on right now, But I only have a couple pieces of news that's I find kind of noteworthy. A lot of scouts went over to Japan and watched this pitcher, and I'm going to screw up his name, Kazuma Akamoto, and the Yankees were there. This kid looks like he's a pretty good pitcher. He's been very good over there in the Japanese leagues. But the Yankees, the Phillies, the Padres, the Angels, Toronto, and the White Sox are there watching him. And I'm not sure how that international money goes. If you spend a lot, I think you get less the next time around. Wait, that's how it used to be. Not exactly sure, but I hope the Yankees and the Phillies and the Padres don't get him. Come on, Angels, Toronto, and White Sox. I want to see one of those teams get him.
Oh, most of the time, most of those Japanese pitchers have been hits. There's been a few that have like not been that good, but for the most part, the highly touted Japanese pitchers have adapted pretty good. Sometimes it takes them a year or two, but they seem to adapt pretty good. I remember when Hideki Arabu came in with the Yankees. He's like one of the few that, and he actually started off pretty good, but just fell off the map. Daisuke Masasaki, he started off really good, and after a few years, he kind of, fell off the map too. But you've had a lot of players who come over that are pitchers that have just had a pretty good success here.
Yeah, wish we had one of them, but nobody wants to come to St. Louis. They all want to go to. Seems like the Dodgers or Seattle. Seems like that West Coast. They like that time zone or something. I don't know, but because it's close to Japans.
Yeah.
And Vince, the last thing I have is the all MLB team. I think the managers voted on this, and see if there's any you disagree with or what do you think. So here's the I'm going to go around the infield and everything. Kyle Riley, catcher. First baseman Vladimir Guerrero, 26 years old. Vince, I thought he was older than that. He's only 26 years old. Kento Marte from Arizona, second base. Bobby Witt Jr. What a year he had. Again, we're so used to it, but he does put up incredible numbers. Third base, Jose Ramirez. I absolutely love Jose Ramirez. 30 home runs, 30 stolen bases, 30 doubles. Man, that he's something else. In the outfield, you got Aaron Judge, Julio Rodriguez, and Juan Soto. DH, Otani, surprise, surprise. And the pitchers are Crochet, Freed, Skeen, Scooble, and Yamamoto. And in the bullpen, Chapman and Duran. I think Duran might be with Boston. I'm not sure. I don't know a lot about him. But that's the all MLB team. And I'm telling you what, that's pretty darn good right there.
Yeah, PCA he's on the second. He's the second team, so.
What I mean, man, there's some talent in the major leagues these days.
What's going on with the Cardinals? Anything?
Vince, not a whole lot. So I'm going to mention one little piece.
Dead season.
I know. It's just rumors, and I don't want to address any of them rumors because I've been disappointed so many times over the years. Oh, we're going to get the rumors say Barry Bonds is coming to St. Louis. What? It never happens. So we have the Arizona League, and we had in the 5th week, we had the pitcher of the week. And anytime the Cardinals get good pitching news, I'm so happy. And this is a pitcher from Taiwan who's been in our minor leagues and has some injuries and some setbacks, but it seems like he's putting it all together. He's only 23 years old. He's 6'7". That's pretty intimidating right there. He's right on top of you when he lets go of the ball. Chen Wei Lin, he was pitcher of the week in Arizona. Last year he went up 3 levels, and we're going to be a young team this year. We're a pretty young team right now, much less when all these other guys from our minors come up, and we have some good ones coming, I believe. He allowed 9 runs and 4 starts this fall, 19 Ks in 12 and a half innings, and he went 3-0. So, Cardinal fans, we don't have a whole lot to cheer about. Burleson and Wynn got some awards, and we've got some minor leaguers that look like they're going to be pretty good. A lot of catching prospects. But right now, let's celebrate this young pitcher because we're going to need a lot of arms, and you can't have enough pitching as the Dodgers showed us. So, but we're going to have a lot of young guys. That's pretty much it on Cardinal news.
On Cub news, we just found out right before we started recording that Shota Imanaga has agreed to the qualifying offer, so he will be with the Cubs for at least one more year, and that was a surprise to nobody. The 3-year extension, his contract was strange. The Cubs could exercise a 3-year option, or Shota could exercise a 1-year option. And the 1-year option, I think, was for 15 million. The Cubs weren't going to do 3 years with him. And so he went to free agency technically, but when they gave him the qualifying offer for I think 22 million, he accepted it. So didn't surprise anyone. So we got Imanaga back. Um, and other piece of Cub news in the Arizona Fall League this year, uh, the uh, offensive player, I don't know if they call it an MVP or what, was Cubs catching prospect Owen Ayers, who hit 379 with a 1.130 OPS for the Arizona Fall League. And he played last year at Single A Myrtle Beach.
He's on his way.
So um, you got to kind of take this with a grain of salt because you never know. Sometimes someone just goes to the Arizona Fall League and they're just hot, and then they never make it to the majors. But that was kind of impressive. At the GM manager, at the GM meetings, Carter Hawkins and Jed Hoyer just basically came out and said, our offense is fine. We're just going to focus on pitching. Excuse me, you're losing Kyle Tucker and your offense is fine. You could not score against the Brewers in the playoffs and your offense is fine. Your offense was good for 2 months. After that, they were mediocre to bad. Um, I completely disagree with that assessment. Um, I don't think you should rely on rookies to fill spots when you're a contending team. I don't care how touted they are. Look at Matt Shaw last year, came in and for the most part struggled at the plate. He had his moments, but he ended up 215 batting average, something like that, like 13 home runs. And he's a Gold Glove finalist, but you want your third baseman to be an offensive threat, and he just wasn't. He was batting ninth in the lineup, and he was an automatic out for a lot of the season. So now, if you're going to have him at third, who's still an unproven commodity, and then what are you going to do in right field? Put Owen Casey out there, who's even more unproven. I just don't like this. And there's, if we have the defense, if we have the pitching to go along with the defense, we just add more pitching. Yeah, I agree with that. But you lost that last game 3-1 to the Brewers. You could not score against the Brewers. What we need is a Kyle Schwarber in the lineup, a Bo Bichette in the lineup. We need someone to come in here and be an offensive threat. And I hope that Owen Casey wins Rookie of the Year and Matt Shaw comes into his own and clubs 25 home runs. I just don't like banking on it when you're a team who was one game from the National League Championship Series. We're this close. Um, Golly, I just let's say the pitching's better and we lose 2-1. Yeah, we had trouble scoring runs for large portions of this season. Now, when the offense was working good, clicking good, and we were very good, that's when Kyle Tucker was Kyle Tucker. But when he wasn't, without Kyle Tucker, and even though he was on the field, it was without the good Kyle Tucker for a lot of the season in the second half, our offense sputtered. Especially in August, we could not score runs at all. Now, the saving grace was the pitching was very hot in August, but I don't agree with that. You know who else doesn't agree with that?
Jeremy Connor.
Jeremy Connor does not agree with that. Comes a time in every man's life when he needs some advice on relationships. You need to listen to the podcast DMDR, which stands for Dating, Marriage, Divorce, Remarriage, from my good friend Jeremy Connor, the Dr. Phil of the Boot Hill. You can find DMDR on Spotify or whatever platform you choose to listen to your podcast. We're going to do another episode of Ray's Battle Royal, and I'm going to throw down against JJ. And this is for keeps, man.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot on the line. Our houses are on the line. We bet our houses.
Man. Well, last time you beat the crap out of me, and I lost my my cats. I lost my cats, so I'm going to get the house this time.
All right,
Ray,
guys. I got to. Well, I'm doing good. I'm doing
first.
great. Feeling real good.
You look top notch, man.
Thank you. I've got a lot of different categories here, so I'll read off a few, and you guys can pick. I got most RBIs in the 90s, most All-Star appearances in the 90s, best batting averages in the 80s, top 10 players of the 70s. And this is one that our group just worked on not too long ago. It's the most disliked players in baseball.
Players.
I want that one.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm with you, Vince. Let's do the most disliked players.
JJ,
right.
you go first.
Now, Ray, how many people is it 10 people on the list?
There's 10 people on the list, and one of them is kind of controversial, but
Okay.
I think you guys will nail it.
And then is it a point per each one you get or something?
A point per each one, and then I've got a bonus question at the end if it's a tie.
All right. Yeah, and this is of all time, right? All time.
Of all time, yeah, of all time.
Well, I don't know. I'm going to say the first one that's off top of my head that I thought of was Alex Rodriguez, because even in that movie, when they were all the cops were sitting around talking about he shot Jeter, and he goes, "Couldn't you shot? He's a biracial angel. Couldn't you shoot 8-Rod?" Oh, I'm going to say Alex Rodriguez.
Very good. He's number one on our list.
Oh, hey, all right, right with a bullet to the top.
Yep, very good, JJ. Yep, he's not liked by a whole lot of people apparently.
Well, I'm going to say the first guy that popped in my head, Albert Bell.
Oh,
Albert Bell is number 8 on our list. Yeah, he was a true a-hole.
yeah.
He was not a very nice person.
Running down kids, trick-or-treaters in
Right.
your cars, pretty bad.
Great player. This guy I'm going to name is a great player, but he just played so hard, and he didn't care if he spiked you or anything. I'm going to put Ty Cobb. A lot of people don't like Ty Cobb.
He's number 3 on our list.
Oh.
Very good.
All right, Ty Cobb.
Yep. Yeah, he said some racist stuff, and he always spikes up when he came in at you, that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
So he was not a very liked player. Very good player, though. I'll give him that.
Oh yeah, great player.
Okay. This one may be the controversial one. Roger Maris.
Nope, not on the list.
Okay. Because he wasn't liked just because he wasn't Mickey Mantle.
Right.
Oh, that's a good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the way you're thinking there. All
That
right.
is true.
I'm going to say this guy, and I'm going to kind of explain it. But at one time was loved, and then he said he was a good guy. They couldn't find nothing on him, and they found a lot on him. And the thing that turned me against him was there was a game where Piazza bat split in the World Series, and Roger Clemens, who I'm going to say took the bat and kind of flung it at him, and he was known for hitting batters too. So I'm going to say Roger Clemens.
Roger Clemens is number 5 on our list.
All right, Roger Clemens.
Very
We're
good.
nailing these. Well, you're nailing more than I am. I'm going to say Pete Rose because a lot of people do not like Pete Rose.
Number 4 on our list. Good job, Vince.
All
You
right.
guys are nailing this one.
Well, right now we're hitting. I think
The
and
obvious one.
Vince very nicely let me go first, so I get to name all the most obvious right out of the gate. I'm saying this next guy, he wasn't liked in college. He wasn't liked by his manager. He wasn't liked when he went to another team. The old players don't like him. He abused the system. I don't like him. Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds is number 2 on our list.
All right, Barry Bonds. Yeah. But can I tell you, even if he hadn't done all what he did, he had baseball talent. Very
he was
talented player.
Yeah, yeah.
We all know.
Yeah, and the reason we put him number 2 on our list is we came up with that. We were watching like interviews and talks and all that, and he just seemed ungrateful about everything, and he like he didn't care. And we're like, oh, well, that's, you can be good all you want, but you got to be a role model too. And he was not.
Just a nice person, just a decent person. Just be decent.
Right. That's
nothing
all we
special.
ask.
Just decent. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. All right. Vince, you're up.
I'm going to go with a current player. I put that in quotations because he's playing just not Major League. I'm going to go with Trevor Bauer.
Oh, he was an honorable mention, but he's not on our list.
Man, I was thinking about that too. I was thinking of him.
And what's weird is he does have a lot of people that like him. It's just the league doesn't like him. So,
oh man. All right, I got to think about this for a minute. Well, very intimidating guy, but people knew not to dig in against him. And I'm going to say from the Dodgers, the hated Dodgers, Don Drysdale would beam you if you got even close to the thing. Throw the ball, he'd knock you down. So I'm going to say Don Drysdale.
Good guess, but not on our list, JJ.
Okay.
I agree. He would come after you, that's for sure.
All right.
Okay. JJ's going to kill me for this one because this guy just was not well liked.
I'm
Ted Williams.
Who?
Ted Williams.
Nope, not on our list, believe it or not.
Wow.
I know he's not on the list for the top 10 at least.
This is my favorite Cardinal, but when he played, he was very tough. And historically, they said he didn't get along with the black players, but there were some African Americans that he did get along with. But
Sure.
Anybody on the other side, he did not get along with. Absolutely love this guy the way he played. I don't know all the particulars, to be honest with you. I mean, who really does? But a lot of people don't like Enos Slaughter, and I'm an Enos Slaughter fan.
I am too, and JJ, he is not on our list.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I will go with a guy who is very controversial now, and it's keeping him out of the Hall of Fame, which I don't think should disqualify him from the Hall of Fame. I will go with Kurt Schilling.
Nope, not on the list, Ben. Sorry. Yeah, good guess, though.
How many have we got so far?
You got 6 out of 10. You only got 4 left.
Okay.
And I can tell you the 4 probably 1985 and up.
Okay.
So it's more recent players.
Well, I've heard stories, and this guy spent some time with the Cardinals. He hit all of his home runs with us, had arms bigger than my legs, and I've heard reporters say he said some things to him like, I don't give a darn about this, that, or the other. But on TV, he seemed nice to us. But I'm going to go Mark McGwire.
Oh, not on the list, JJ. I've heard that too. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I've heard some things about him, but for the most part, I think a lot of people, the only reason they dislike him is for the era there.
Yeah, that era he played in.
Yeah, because the rest of the time he was a great player and everybody cheered for him. So,
yeah.
I'm going to go with John Rocker.
Very good. Yep, he is number 6 on our list.
That's a great one, Vince.
That is a great one.
I thought of him.
Yeah, he said some very not so nice stuff. Yeah. I'm not even gonna bring it up. It was that bad.
Yeah.
Well, if you go Mark McGwire and he wasn't on the list, I'm gonna go his counterpart, because when he left Chicago, he didn't do it in a cool way. He just sort of just left. I forget the particulars, but I know he didn't leave Chicago in a good way. But I can't believe he went from so just beloved to get the heck out of here. But Sammy Sosa.
Nope, not on the list. He's not liked by a lot of people, but he does have people that still like him. So
Oh,
we decided to leave him off the list.
I think he had a bump in there. I'm not sure what all. I mean, but
Yeah,
he did bring a lot of fans back to the game, and there
yeah,
was no technically rules, although it wasn't. People should have known better, but yeah.
yeah. Most of the people on this list are people who either said or did something very
Okay.
not so nice, or was part of that era thing.
Okay.
And that, and then lied about it, that kind of stuff. It's like, oh no, I didn't take nothing, and come
Yeah.
find out they did. So that makes a lot of people not like you when you lie about it. The ones that owned up to it, I have respect for them and said, yeah, I took it, whatever. I did it. At least they didn't lie about it. So
Gosh, I was going to say BB Richards, but he was
Oh.
Oh man. I'm going to go with Rafael Palmeiro.
Ooh, not on the list. Good guess though. Yep.
All right, I think this one's on it. I'm
Okay.
going to bet. I'm betting you a Mountain Dew. I think this one's on it. All right, and you know how much
Okay.
I love Mountain Dew. If you're out there,
I got
Mountain
mine
Dew,
right here in front of me. I
one
got
of
the
best
red kind in
refreshing
front of me here.
drinks out there.
I have
This
Pepsi.
very good. I got water. I'm trying to be a better human being. I'm drinking water. All right, this one was the first guy to expose the whole steroid scandal, although
Okay.
he did it for his own interest. He was selling a book. But I'm going to say Jose Kasenko.
Ooh, not on the list. He is in our top 20, but he didn't make the top 10.
All right.
Because there's still a lot of people that liked him. We went through and figured that out, that he still does have a pretty good fan base, even though he did the steroids.
Okay. This guy is a little obscure, but if you know what he did, he's got to be in your top 10. Milton Bradley.
Ooh, I know what he did, and not on our list. We know we thought about him. Believe me, we were close to putting him on there, but nope.
Still incarcerated where he should be.
Right.
Hey, okay, this is a little outside the box, but this guy here, although he did a lot of good things, people didn't like him when he was commissioner. The rules and the All-Star game meant something to the World Series, but I'm going to say Bud Selig.
Ooh, good guess, but not on our top 10. Yeah.
Right.
You guys are hitting all around it. You're close.
Oh, good guy.
Who would not be liked?
You got the obvious ones out of the way. Now there's
Yeah.
three. The last three are kind of not really tough, but as soon as it comes to you, you'll know.
Outpatient, really quick, an hour procedure, fix the rod, go home.
I'm
It was a 4-hour procedure. They had to hammer her femur, break it in half.
thinking. That's what I'm doing. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm stalling for time too.
I know this guy's not going to be on the list, but this is the only name I could think of because he raped the minor, Luis Polonia.
Oh, no, not on our list, but I know what you're talking about.
Man, I didn't know that story at all. I remember the name, but I didn't know all that stuff. Oh, man.
Yeah.
How about that? Well, back when pitchers batted, I know this is 85 and more, but nothing's popping in my head now. I'm going through every team and thinking of guys I didn't like on their rosters. But San Francisco Giants and I think the Dodgers, and they never liked each other. But I think Juan Marichal was batting and took a bat to the catcher. Actually attacked the catcher with a bat. So maybe if he's not disliked in San Francisco, I know he's not disliked in LA. Although great player, but I'm going to say Juan Marichal.
Good guess, and no, he's not on the list.
What's it take to get on this list, Vince?
Well, you guys got the 7 big ones, kind of. There's number 7 left, number 9 left, and number 10 left. So you guys nailed the top ones right off the bat.
Okay.
I got
one. Was not liked. Former Cub Carlos Zambrano.
Ooh, not on the list, but made our top 20. Very good one.
Yep. All right. I got a guy. Okay. And I'm thinking of that Astros trash can incident. All right. And there's several you could go with, but the one I'm thinking of was the next year, Joe Kelly nailed this guy, and it kind of made me happy. And he was going, yes. And I'm going to say Carlos. And by the way, he left as soon as he was okay. He left Minnesota and couldn't pass a physical and ended up back there. That's got to be embarrassing to your teammates. Like, hey, I good to see you
Yes.
guys again. So I'm gonna say Carlos Correa.
Actually, I'm going to give it to you because number 10, we put the whole 2017 Houston Astros team
All
on the
right.
list.
We'll split that. Me and Vince will split that. Those points
Okay.
right there. Yeah.
All right, we'll do a split point there. But yeah, we decided to go ahead and put that whole team on the list because nobody likes
good.
the
Yeah.
2017 Astros
I
out.
forgot about that.
Korea, Altuve, they're all on the list.
Oh yeah, Carlos Beltran, the older players at the
Beltran,
time.
yep. So that's kind of the controversial one. It's the whole team.
Is there a player left that's still playing?
No.
Okay, I was going to say Framer Valdez for hitting a
Oh
crossing up his
yeah,
catcher, but
that's true.
Right,
that
right.
Dirty dog.
There is a catcher on the list. I'll give you guys that.
Oh, I think I know. I think I know.
who's the pitcher who was an all-star who's now in prison for, was it Esteban Loaiza?
Oh, no. I know the name, but he's not on our list.
Okay.
I know.
You said catcher.
Yes, I did.
And the first name that popped in my head was when this guy played, he was like intense, always wanting to fight and get into
Right.
it. And just ornery. But now he does like media stuff and as a media guy. But I'm going to say AJ Perninsky.
Very good. Number 7 on our list.
Really?
Yeah, he was
AJ
not liked
Perninsky.
by
Who would have
he was
thought?
not liked by a lot of people.
Yeah, I remember that. And he was with White Sox and he got into it with the Cubs or something like that. Yeah.
Right. He was always wanting to start a fight with somebody.
Michael Barrett nailed him in the face.
Oh,
There you go.
He was the only player. He and Derek Lee were the only 2 Cub players to ever stand up to Carlos Zambrano.
Oh, wow.
Zambrano, the whole clubhouse was scared of him. He'd have a bad inning, come in and throw a fit, and everybody would don't talk to him because he was.
And he's a big guy too. On top of all that,
yeah.
too.
Oh,
It seemed like he was always on edge, like he was about to snap at any moment.
Yeah, he was. He had a very angry upbringing, and it apparently mellowed out. So, we're still on.
Yep, we got one more we got one last one to go.
I think I'm losing. I think I lost my house already. One more that is not liked.
National League Central.
National League Central. Ryan Braun.
Very good. Yep, yeah. Ryan Braun.
Very good. Very good.
Good job, guys. Good job. You guys nailed that one this time. I'm impressed.
You know, I thought Ryan Braun at one time was on a trajectory for a Hall of Fame, perhaps. And
yeah. Yeah, I remember when I had him on my fantasy league, and then Scott would razz me. He took PEDs, right? I'm like, yeah.
Scott was Mr. Yeah. We had a guy who was a police officer, and he was like, hey.
Yeah.
Great Carol, yeah.
Yeah. But there was no one to replace the points that he gave me. So I was wasn't a fan of having him on my team, but had no replacement for him either.
I think the most egregious thing he did was blame it on the UPS guy or something.
Exactly.
You're making millions of dollars, and here's a working guy, and you're just
throwing him on the bus.
And that's why he made our list, is because he lied about it and then blamed other people and blah blah blah. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
Yep.
I forgot about that. Good one, Vince. I forgot about that one.
Very good one. Yep.
Yeah.
Right,
there's
a bonus question.
Yeah, I do have a bonus question. Yeah, and it's what is the rarest event in baseball?
The rarest event in baseball. Well, there's all kinds of rare events. Oh, but there's
one that tops them all, though.
The 2 grand slams in one inning.
Nope, that's not the rarest.
Something rarer than that, because that only happened once. Oh,
That it did only happen once. Yeah,
unassisted triple play.
unassisted triple play. It's
Well,
it's
that's happened what,
it's
like,
considered one of the rarest events because it's only happened 15 times where you've had perfect games that I think there's 23 or something like that. But yeah, it's we ranked that as the most rarest event in baseball because you won't ever see it. We probably may never see it again in our lifetimes.
well, like Vince said with the two grand slams in a
Yeah.
single inning off the same pitcher. That's even more
Yes.
mind blowing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but you with baseball, that's the beauty of it. You can never say never because
Right.
tomorrow it could be a whole new thing or something that's
Well,
never
right.
happened.
Yeah.
So that's the
Right. Right.
beauty. That's the beauty of this
It
game
is.
right here.
That, yeah, we came up with rare events, and that would somehow got to our number one because it's just so rare and so hard to do. Now the two grand slams in one inning, that's very rare too. But we thought that possibly could happen again, and so could the unassisted triple play. But out of all the years, the unassisted triple play is just up there in our
That's what,
book.
when I was a kid, I always read that in the books that was the rarest of
Right.
all of them.
Right.
Actually, when you presented the question, I was going to say a dual MVPs because '79 you
Oh,
had Stargell and
Hernandez.
Hernandez, and yeah, and
Yep.
I was like, well, that's pretty rare, but that
Yep.
could
Yep.
happen. That could happen
Yes.
anytime.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one of our categories too. Let me see if I can find that one. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's
Awards or
the
something.
80. No, it's the 80s. Or no, the 70s. I'm sorry. It was the 70s MVPs.
That's a tough one. Yeah,
And
maybe
and
next
he,
time on that. That'll be fun. I love that kind of stuff.
yeah, that's a good. I mean, it's all statistics, so it's mainly just coming up with the names on that one. And same with our most all-star appearances throughout the 90s. We did a top 10 on that. By the way, our TikTok channel, we finally named it. It's top tens, TOPTNS. So if you guys want to go on there and check it out, we just post lists and stuff like that on there and
All right,
have fun with it.
I think
All
that's pretty
right.
cool, man.
Yeah, yeah, and we're branching off. We're gonna do other sports too, even though I'm not very big into football, basketball, but my other two cohorts are. So I'm gonna try to learn some of the stats and some of the top tens in other sports too. So
Wrestling. Don't forget wrestling.
no, yeah, we'll get to that
All
eventually.
right,
And
that's right. There you go.
we've even talked about movies and cartoons, even just odds and ends of weird stuff. You
That's
know,
me
who's
and Ray. Me and Vince. That's our territories there. That'll be fun.
that
That'll be
is.
good.
That is. Well, the final score, JJ, 6-5, because we split that point. So,
Yeah, I tell you what, we always no, Vince stopped me last month, but we usually always have a real close one.
so JJ, what'd you win the house this time?
I got the house. He's got
All
the
right.
cats though, so I'm
Okay.
gonna. You know what? We call it even. How's that?
Okay. Thursday, we've got contractors coming over to look at new windows, new doors, new HVAC unit, and possibly rewiring. So,
Oh man.
What'd you win, JJ?
yeah, there you go.
I'm in the poorhouse.
We're just
Yeah.
going to go live off in a tent in the South. We'll be fine. So, all right. Ray, thanks a lot. We appreciate it.
Thank
You're
you,
welcome,
sir.
guys. Yep. Have a good evening, you two, and thanks again for having me on.
Hey, no
All
problem,
right.
buddy.
Take it easy.
All right. Talk to you later.
Well, thank you, Ray, for coming on here and exposing my ignorance as JJ now owns my house. And, hey, the house, we're taking Bing Bong and Tuffy with us. You can have Gizmo because Gizmo's a little prickly.
We got two cats, and I think they're wild. They're wild cats. So yeah, so 3 now.
Tuffy is sweet, but Tuffy can get a little, leave me alone. Bing Bong is always sweet. He's
Bing Bong's the one that comes in and walks in front of the camera, right?
yeah, he's a sweetheart. In my life I've had 4 cats that I've really loved. We've had a ton of cats. We had a cat, Bagheera, just loved her.
That's a great name.
Died by a snake bite too. Really.
Oh,
But had Bagheera, great kitty. Cat loved me, would would sass Kathy. That was what was so funny.
Wow.
Kathy
How
would
about
talk to the
that?
guys, rah, rah. But my God,
Wow. How
but she
about that?
was lovely. Then I had a cat named Sylvia, and Sylvia was very sweet. She would just cling to me, just like a little, oh, very sweet. Then we had a cat with one eye because when she was a kitten, she had an eye problem.
Oh,
Um, and her name was Pumpkin, and she just loved me too. Pumpkin sadly passed away. And then we've had Bing Bong. Um, Bing Bong we got Evelyn got Bing Bong when she was going to school at Truman State, found it at a gas station in Kirksville as a kitten. So Evelyn had it for a while, and then she brought it home for Thanksgiving, and she was going to take it back with her after Christmas, but I no,
got fond of her. Yeah, I know how it is, man. I love them
he loves
animals.
me. He
You do a
loves me.
lot of charity work for the animal shelters and stuff too. The trivia's and the stuff you do. So I think that's very cool.
No, we had a lot of strays in this town, and what we started doing was we just started taking the strays to Carroll House and getting them fixed. And now you don't see too many strays around people anymore. If we see a cat out, we know who it is. We know who it belongs to, so on and so forth. But it used to be there were just cats everywhere.
Really?
So we've kind of done our part because we're cat lovers. We we knew the animal control person very well. Now she retired. There's a new one there, but yeah. But we're gonna do baseball cards. I have the 1992 Upper Deck, beautiful foil packaging.
I love that. Yes,
Yeah.
Upper Deck did it right. I've got the another big baseball cards. This is Series 1, 1988 tops, and with the cartoons on the back, tells you about the players. Kind of fond of that set right there. But 88, 92, that's pretty good. Good years.
Okay, I will say that I will have two Hall of Famers, and you're gonna have one.
I'm going to go over. I'm going to go 3 Hall of Famers for you, 2 Hall of Famers for me. So
All right.
I'm going the over.
All right, I'll go first.
I love the photography in those upper decks.
They are great. Uh oh, star rookie for the Phillies, Andy Ashby.
I
That
remember
beautiful.
him. Yeah. Love that hat back then.
Yep. He was coming from Scranton, where he was 11 and 11, and then he finished the year with the Phillies 1 and 5. Uh, Very
This is
good.
Scranton where that TV show is about uh, the paper company, Dufflin
Yeah,
Miffler.
yeah,
Okay, I
the
thought so.
office. Yeah. Oh, former Oriole closer, a very good closer, Arthur Rhodes.
Oh
Did he play
yeah,
for the Cardinals?
I think maybe at the end of his career he came
Yeah,
through, but it was kind of uneventful.
yeah, I thought he had a stint with the Cardinals. Um, for the Cincinnati Reds, Mo Sanford. I
You
don't
know,
know him.
he looked good. I remember him. He looked good. They talked him up, but I don't remember any of his accomplishments. He
He
didn't
is
stay
a
around
pitcher.
long.
I'm telling you, he's happy. Look at that
That's a happy
smile.
man right there.
And on the back, he's smiling some more. So he was very
Man,
happy.
he's happy to be in the big leagues.
That's right. We just talked about this guy.
It always happens.
Oh my gosh. And we didn't talk about him in a good way. Former Yankee, former athletic, former Angel, currently incarcerated, Luis Polonia.
You sure did. He's got that leg hiked up too. Look out, Lewis.
Lock your daughters up.
Yeah.
Uh, oh, catcher for the White Sox, Ron Karkovice.
I always liked him. Tough guy.
Yeah,
He took
very good.
over after Fisk retired.
Yes, he did. Oh, former Cub, former Yankee, former manager for the Yankees and the Marlins and the Phillies, I think also Joe Girardi.
I love Joe Girardi. What a class act when we Cardinals were up there and Darryl Kyle passed away. He made the announcements. Class C organization, the Cubs. We delayed the game a day, and Girardi was the one. He was a player at that time, and he made the announcement. So very, very cool. Always thought a lot of Joe Girardi.
Oh, almost a Hall of Famer, the brother of a Hall of Famer, Billy Ripken.
Billy Ripken and his bat. He ain't showing off that fancy bat of his.
Look at that. He's got a big one.
Man, look out.
A big one.
Hello,
big
ladies.
Camera.
Val Venus.
Oh. Former Brewer, Bill Spires.
Yes. A good utility man. That's all we ought to do someday, Vince. Do our top 10, our top 5 utility men through the history of baseball. Because that's a big part of the game right there, being a utility man. They don't get the credit they deserve.
This guy, his mother played for the Women's Professional Baseball League during World War II. Played for the Expos and played for the Astros, Casey Candell.
I did not know that about his mom. I remember Casey Candell, though. Yes,
his mother played for one of, maybe she played for Rockford.
Okay.
For the Royals, also a former Cub, very good pitcher, Tom Flash Gordon.
Oh, yeah.
Had his best years for Boston, actually.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. For the Red Sox, we have Carlos Quintana.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, I mean, not bad, but, it's not like I'm getting Hall of Famers. And we have pitcher for the Phillies, Tommy Green.
I remember. I think he pitched for Atlanta, too, for a little while.
I think you're right. Oh, if he would have just had a longer career, would have been a Hall of Famer. We both love this guy for the A's. Also pitched for the Jays, the Rangers, and the Dodgers, Dave Stewart.
Dave Stewart. What? He had like a 6 year span that was top notch.
Hall of Famer.
Hey.
For the Red Sox, the Yankees, and the Rays, Wade Boggs.
Oh, the Chicken Man. Love him. 72 beers on a plane or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I like Wade.
And right-hander for the Mariners, Rich DeLucia.
I remember him too. I think he might have played for the Cardinals too in the bullpen one time. Very good. You won that, Vince. You said 2 Hall of Famers. I said 3, and there was 1. So very good.
Do I get my house back?
You get your house back. All right. But maybe I can win it back here because I said 2 and you said 1. All right. There's only a few. This is 1988. And, I love this. We show all these players and have our little recollections of them. But this is when this man was with the San Diego Padres, Eric Shaw. There he is.
Yeah.
Very good. Reliable player. And, of course, I love showing off the back with all the cartoons and the statistics and things like that. The only thing I don't like about these cards, they only do 1 year. I like the tops where they show you their whole career. But I can't see anymore. And they get so small, I can't read all of them when they're played 20 years.
Didn't Eric Shaw give up Pete Rose's record-setting hit?
Yes, that's great. I think there is a Shaw Rose connection. I think that's it. Very good. I forgot all about that. Very good. All right, this next player, here he is with the Montreal Expos. I love it when the Expos, we run into an Expo card. Bryn Smith.
No.
Right now, 2 little things.
Cardinals?
Yes. And the thing about him, he came from Montreal, very good friends with Geddy Lee from the band Rush. And one spring training, Geddy Lee, who's a very thin man, put a Cardinal outfit on and was shagging fly balls in the outfield. With that long hair, he really stood out. So Bryn Smith, Geddy Lee, right there. That's pretty cool. Oh, with the Angels, Johnny Ray, second baseman, Johnny Ray.
Oh, played for the Pirates too.
That's who I always think of him with.
Very good singer.
That's right. Isn't he in that We Didn't Start the Fire? Something Johnny Ray. There's a Johnny Ray reference in there, I think.
So come on, Eileen. That's like the first line in the song "Come On, Eileen." Poor old Johnny Ray or something like
So
that.
2 songs with Johnny Ray mentioned. How about that? You don't get this on these other podcasts, ladies and gentlemen. You don't get the Johnny Ray references.
I
Only
will
right
say
here.
this. Johnny Ray, back in the day when ESPN had Roy Firestone would interview people.
I liked it.
Roy Firestone was so good. He retired way too early. He had Johnny Ray on once, and Johnny Ray was a rookie, and the Pirates had, a bunch of players went out after supper or out for supper after the game, and he went to the bathroom, I think it was, and he came out, and they all had left, and there was this huge check that he could not possibly pay for because he was a rookie, and he thought, "Oh my gosh, what am I going to do?" And then I think it was Stargell it was his last year. I think Stargell came like a back laughing, said, I got a kiss."
And that is a great prank right there. Well, here's something you don't get every day. Johnny's middle name, it was Johnny Cornelius Ray, like Don Cornelius from Soul Train. And in the cartoon, it says Johnny played baseball at the University of Arkansas. He was a Razorback. So right there, Johnny Ray goes up a couple of notches in my book right there. All right. We have, I always think of, when I think of Ken Griffey Jr., I think of this guy right next to him, Jay Buhner.
No, Bone. Yeah.
Did you know they had a special day at the ballpark where free haircuts? You could get the Jay Buhner haircut out in the outfield.
Yeah.
That's pretty darn cool. All right. Mr. Reliable, this guy I know played with the Giants too, but here he is with the Pittsburgh Pirates, Jeff Robinson.
Good pitcher. Yes.
Yeah, very good. Very reliable pitcher. We have Steve Jeltz for the Phillies. And I remember him as like a utility guy right there.
Yeah.
Very, very nice player. And that was some very good Phillies teams. And then the last one I have, a guy kind of underrated, big part of those Dodger teams, Mike Marshall.
Yeah.
Did he
dated Belinda Carlisle of the Go-Go's.
Right there. I'd be telling everybody that. If I dated Belinda Carlisle in the Go-Go days, I'd be like, hey, I don't know if you know, but I dated Belinda Carlisle. I'd be telling everybody in the neighborhood.
I'd be telling my wife, you do realize
I can have Belinda Carlisle. You're lucky.
I bet they don't say that name in his house.
Oh, no. No, don't even listen to the music.
That's right.
That's right.
Well, JJ, you have a good Thanksgiving.
You too, sir. Everybody out there, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. And I hope everybody sees their family, has a lot to be thankful for. We will be back here in 2 weeks, and we will give you the baseball news. And hopefully by then, some things are happening. Like the Cardinals signed Kyle Schwarber.
That'd be nice, but God love him. I hope he goes somewhere and it gets a World Series, and I just want to see us get our team together. What will next year look like? I have no clue yet, but it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, JJ, you have a good one. Okay.
You too, Vince.
All right.